The problem here was at 40, I couldn't regulate my body temperature. It was the most rapid deterioration from heat exhaustion that I had ever experienced.
Well, we really shit the bed on this one.
All right, y'all, welcome back to video 5, episode 11 of the Run Across Texas series. Today, we are getting a sweat test done here at home to see how much salt I lose per hour. So obviously, as you've seen so far, we had the announcement video for the Run Across Texas. We had the day in the life leading to the overnight ultra. You've seen the overnight ultra and know the issues that we had there, which we believe now to be sodium and water issues. So now we are going to get a sweat test done today, and I'm going to bring you guys along, show you what we're going to do. It's literally going to be done in the house. They're gonna hook me up to a little machine, draw the sweat out, put it into another machine, and then have another machine tell us what that machine said, and then how much salt I need to drink. So that's what we're gonna do today. Welcome to the fucking show. All right, so why, I say all right all the time. So why get a sweat test? So recently I started working with none other than Mike McKnight, one of the greatest all-time ultra runners over the 200-mile distance, who has also attempted Arizona FKT, a 600-plus mile distance. Mike is going to help coach me into the Run Across Texas. And some of the biggest issues that he had were also sodium intake. So things I was telling him on the phone when I first started working with him correlated to the issues that he was having. So he suggested calling up Reno, getting him over here, and getting the sweat test done. And Reno just pulled up. So here we go. Hey!
Hey, Matt.
Hello. Nice to meet you. Welcome. MTV Cribs.
Did you see more or less how the test works? You want me to explain you really quick?
Okay. Yeah, let's hear
The
it.
test works. I'll basically apply 2 gel discs with pilocarpine. That's what stimulate your sweat glands. It'll be localized only on the positive charge right here on your arm. That's what will be like sweating. So you won't be like, sweating everywhere or your whole arm. Just that very specific spot.
Okay.
For about 5 minutes. There's a very low current. You might feel some tingling. If you feel something else, let me know. Then apply the sweat collector, which is just a coiled up tube like this one. It has a tiny bit of blue coloring that doesn't affect the result, but the way you'll see your sweat collecting. Otherwise you won't have idea how much you're collecting. I'll plunge the sample into the analyzer, which will give me millimole per liter of sodium concentration in your sweat. Precision hydration converts that into milligrams of sodium per liter. So you get an idea how much you lose every liter of sweat. And then they'll give you your own personalized plan with what to do before, after training, racing, etc. And then my own tips and advice and any other questions you have.
Solid.
You can go through.
Cool. Everything sweats in Texas. Everything. I feel like it's like a fancy blood draw without the blood draw. You're drawing sweat. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm literally, like, my back is already sweating.
You see?
No.
I don't know how these things work. I'm not the athlete here.
Feels like a localized, like, little ants crawling on my skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, how was Badwater?
Good.
Yeah?
Obviously, I love that race. I love the heat, pavement.
I love the heat as well.
It wasn't that hard, to me, to be honest. But I know what to do in the heat. So.
That's fair. I have no idea. That's why we're here.
Do you want to run Badwater one day?
Huh?
Would you want to run Badwater?
Yeah, I have to get 400s under my belt. I wonder if they'll
Yeah.
take Texas and make that into like 800s on my resume.
No, it won't.
Sanctioned race.
I have Leadville 1. I've only completed 200s. Is that actually real life?
Completed.
Yeah, Leadville, and then the 100 that I won in March. The fuck? I DNF'd Leadville 1, and then I finished Leadville, and then I DNF'd Saddle to Surf with a broken leg, and then I DNF'd Rocky, and then I won the 100, And then, so I've done 5. 2 for 5, baby. If I was MLB, I'd be starting.
You might not see much now when it's at least, unfortunately, but he's gonna start sweating.
Oh.
Right there.
What are we looking at?
We got that wet, boy. Look at that, it's so wet. Let's go.
I can't see a thing.
Yeah, no, you
What?
can with the shine.
I can't see it, zoom in. Oh, we gotta do it again.
Now this is gonna collect the actual sweat that you were using now.
This is gonna tell how many drinks I had last night.
Probably.
So like, your sweat read 37% alcohol. Is there a reason behind that?
So now you'll see your result in milligrams of sodium per liter. We'll show you a scale. So the reason why a lot of people have issues is because your sodium loss is genetic, and it can go from 200 milligrams per liter all the way to like 2000 plus. That's why you never know how much you're taking in, if it's enough or not, until you actually get a test and you know exactly what you lose. And the average is about 900. So the good thing for you is you're like on the lower end.
Nice.
So you shouldn't have had like major issues unless you were super low on sodium,
Yeah.
or you started drinking way too much, like plain water, basically. It means 1500 milligrams per liter, 1000 milligrams per liter, 1000 milligrams per liter.
Yeah, so you almost do too much before and too much during your race, which could be why you
Yeah,
swelled up like
hyponatremia.
that, Rocky.
Yeah, hyponatremia and hypernatremia. At the two extremes, they can have similar symptoms. So you can still get like the puffy fingers
From too much sodium.
from too much sodium, yeah. But usually it's pretty extreme and it's very rare. Like I haven't seen almost anyone. You gotta take like really a ton of sodium and basically stop drinking.
He doesn't drink any water, like at all, during the races.
Yeah, it could be then that you are getting like way too much sodium if you don't drink enough. But that happens like very rarely, from what I've seen, really.
So 1500 milligrams of sodium before my long runs.
Yeah, and this is basically called a preloading.
Yeah.
So you're just getting like a heavier concentration of sodium and electrolytes in your drink that you drink usually up to an hour. They tell you a few hours before. I do it up to like an hour to 45 minutes before the start of the race. So while I'm getting ready or driving to the start, whatever, or when I do my long runs, as soon as I wake up, I kind of sip, half a liter, like 16 ounces, whatever.
Just to get the
But
sodium.
very concentrated.
I do that, yeah.
They use 1500 because it's a relatively safe preload for your stomach. It doesn't give you much distress, because when you take a lot of sodium, and same with magnesium at once, it will really like clear out your stomach.
All right, so we learned that during the overnight run, where we did 51 miles, that we were not drinking enough fluids and that the concentration ratio was way off to the point that we were pushing way too much sodium. We learned that I lose 716 milligrams of sodium per 32 ounces of sweat. And now I get to take a lot of information away and start testing and trialing everything.
Remo, anything for Matt?
I think he's lucky. His sodium is relatively low. Being genetic, there's nothing that you can do to train it or change it whatsoever. But now you know exactly how much sodium you lose. All you have to do is just know how much fluid to take in every hour, how much sodium to replace on that fluid, and you should be good to go.
Now we know the sodium, so we know what sodium we lose per hour. Now the next step is to start testing and trialing how much fluid we are losing per hour. So by doing that, we're going to take a naked weight before a run, go run for an hour in 80 degrees, 90 degrees, 100 degrees, 110 degrees, and then come back an hour later, re-weigh again, write all of that down, and do it a couple times, and we'll know exactly how much fluid we lose, which will then tell us how much sodium we're losing, and then we write all of that stuff down. So leading into the run across Texas, we're gonna know exactly how to push fluid, push electrolytes, and take care of the body. Yeah, solid.
Good.
That's solid. Science.
That's a
Science!